Welcome back to Beyond the Forecast. From above, the 10-county region that makes up our part of south central Pennsylvania, it looks rather straightforward. But if you look at it from another angle, you see just how different the terrain is. We saw that earlier in the show. We learned earlier, central PA can be broken down into 4 distinct geological regions. But what does that mean for our weather? Well, we begin our search at Wagoner's Gap on the Cumberland and Perry County border. At about 1,600 feet in elevation, we get a pretty clear view looking off to the south and the north. And in this case, if we look off to the north, you could see Perry County, but you can also see into parts of Juniata and Mifflin County, the Ridge and Valley region. This area is known to experience large fluctuations in precipitation type during the winter season. Rain in the valleys, snow in the ridges. But in general, this 3-county region, along with Upper Dauphin County, tends to see the least amount of annual rainfall when compared to counties to the south. Now take a look at this radar loop from earlier this year. You see a line of storms to the left on a summer afternoon, yet when they cross the Allegheny Mountains of western Pennsylvania, the elevation breaks up the storms. By the time they get to Mifflin, Juniata, and Perry counties, they're just a shadow of what they once were. And there is data to back this up. These monthly precipitation maps show the lack of moisture in the Ridge and Valley region. Not just one month in particular, but in general. Continuing from our perch up here on Wagoner's Gap Road, all you have to do is now look to the south, and you look out over Cumberland County, what geologists call the Great Valley. This is where the bulk of our population lives.
Great Valley, I think, was one of the areas that was probably settled the earliest, and it's an area that is fairly low relief. It's not a barrier to transportation, so transportation was fairly easy for the early settlers, so they first settled here. So the towns are older in this area. For example, Interstate 81 follows the Great Valley all the way down through Virginia because it's a great transportation corridor.
The Great Valley is known to be cloudy at times. Sometimes we'll get a cool easterly wind to kind of ride in with clouds, lock up against the mountains that we're standing on right now, and keep the Great Valley cloudy almost all day long. Now take a look at this Toyota WeatherNet time-lapse video from Annville in Lebanon County. It shows the clouds in action. The Great Valley can also experience a heat island effect. Look at this map that shows the green forested land versus the yellow cleared and pink developed land. The lack of widespread trees and industry in this area can lead to warmer temperatures in the valley. Compare that to the forested areas of Perry County to the north. Our cooler temperature readings on a summer morning are not found in a Mechanicsburg, for example, but instead in a New Bloomfield, just about a dozen miles to the north. So that's 2 of the 4 regions that affect our weather pattern here in south central Pennsylvania. Coming up after the break, we head across the valley to South Mountain and talk snow.